Hello everyone. In the previous video, we got started on Google's agent development kit and built a small AI agent for us, which could tell us the time and the weather in the input city. But we found a small limitation over here that it could not translate the results in whatever language we wanted to translate it to. I tried Hindi, it did not work. That is what I want to change in this video. I want to simply enhance its capabilities to add a bit of translation over here, and I want this translation to happen in one particular way. We could have it done maybe two ways. Let's say for now, I can use the Google Translate API, or I could maybe ask Gemini's API to translate it for me. This is something I can do, but I've already shown you how to use external APIs. I think you can figure it out by yourself if you want to. But what I want to show you here is how you can integrate other LLMs by using their APIs. So that is something what I'll do in this video. I'll integrate Gemini 2.0 Flash model to serve our use case. So this server is of no use to us right now. Let's go back, let's close it up. And I've written another function for us, that is the translate response function. You don't need anything else right now because you already have the API key by Google for Gemini. If you want to maybe use OpenAI's API key or some other LLM like Claude, you can specify their API keys and you'll have to study their documentation on how to call their respective APIs. I'm using Gemini, so I just need to use the same API key over here. Now I have this function that will translate my response by taking in the original text and the language that I want to translate it to. This part will be figured out by my root agent over here, which is again Gemini 2.0 Flash, by my instructions, using my instructions. So it will take in my Google API key. This is the base URL specified by Google, and it tells me that if I want to call Gemini 2.0 Flash, you have to use this base URL, and this is the format in which you have to send it. I haven't made this up. This is the format specified by the API documentation. It says that the data will be formatted inside contents, inside parts, then the text is what you will have over here. And I simply say that convert the following text in whatever language is over here as the input, and the text is specified over here, which is received again in my input. So I just specify the headers and my API key, and then I use the same request library that I used in the previous video to make this API call. And once again, if you haven't seen the previous video, I highly recommend it. That is where I explain the setup steps for this project, and it will be very helpful if you want to build this agent from scratch. Otherwise, I'll link the GitHub repo in the description below. Now, what I'm going to do next is I can maybe print the API response, but that's something you can try out. I'm not going to do it for now. And I'll simply return my response as it is and let Google figure out the rest. The response is very nested, lots of fields over there. I'll let my LLM figure out how the response is going to be fetched from it. And if there is an error, it will simply be thrown. All right. Last thing I need to do before I run my server again is to have this translate response function be listed down as one of my tools in my root agent. All right. Now I can run this again, ADK web. It will run it on the same port as it did in the previous video. Again, highly recommended. Go check it out if you still haven't. It's a very good starting point to build AI agents using Google's agent development kit. So server has been started. Let's go back to the browser. Let's refresh this because we've changed up our code. Our agent has been selected by default because there's only one. So a simple query that we had previously was, give me the weather update in New Delhi. So it calls my get weather function, gets the response. The response will be displayed over here. The weather in Delhi is missed with the temperature of whatever it is. Now we faced failure. So this is the moment of truth. Translate this to Hindi. Now it is calling my translate response function. It's getting the response, and the response will be with the rest of the text, of course. नई दिल्ली में मौसम धुंधला है और तापमान जो भी है which basically is the exact translation of what is written over here. I can verify that because I know Hindi. We can also try this in Spanish. This to Spanish. And I don't know Spanish, so I don't really know how this response is going to be, if I'm being honest. But I can tell that the result is pretty much comparable to what we had over here. Let's try this for the time zone query as well. What is the time in Tokyo? So it says that the time is 8:56. Let's refresh that. It's 8:56. Time query works just as it was in the previous video. I want to translate this to Japanese now. I do not know Japanese at all, so we will have to use Google Translate for this. Okay, so it has given us multiple outputs now. So let's see, there is a direct and clear translation, there is a more conversational translation, and some more information that it wants to emphasize based on certain context. All right, so we want to get, let's say, option 1 over here. Let's check this here. Open up Google Translate. Paste this. And it is as accurate as I could possibly want it. That's what I want to do in this video. In the next video, what I'm going to do is enhance the capabilities even further by integrating it with a voice agents API, so that whatever response I have over here, let's say the one in English, I want it to read out loud. All right. So I'll see you in the next video. It's going to be a very interesting one, and you'll learn some more important concepts related to development in that as I build it. So stay tuned and follow for more. Subscribe if you're looking for more such content.